Hey guys, so this video is to show you an easy way to check if your chain is still okay, and what happens if you don't change your chain and it starts to stretch. I'm going to show you what's going to happen to your bike. So the easiest way to check your chain is line it up with your old chain, just how I did over here. The new chain is on the top and old chain's on the bottom. This chain, this guy ran it full of dirt and oil. He never cleaned it, so it started stretching and destroying itself. So you can see that as it goes along, the links don't match up with the original chain. After about like 20 inches, it starts like it's getting much longer than a new chain. Or you can get like a ruler, because this is a ½ inch. This is for like mountain bikes. These are the most common, is the ½ inch. So you can just measure each inch. So I have it lined up with the new chain. If you go to every 2 inches, it still lines up with the center of the pins. So we can go 12 inches here, let's say. It's still lining up with the center of the pin of the new chain. But if you look at the old one, if we take it and line it up with the center of the pin, it should line up at every inch. But you can see it's like 5 inches. It's like nowhere near the inch marks. At 10 inches, it's in between two links. It should be on the center of one of these pins. So that's showing you how bad this chain is. And so I'm going to show you what it does to your bike. It's going to ruin your cranks. First of all, you can see these shark teeth. That's not normal. And this is the actual crank that it came from, and he's destroyed all these teeth over here. You can see these gouge marks. So the chain is eating away at these metal chain rings, and they're becoming like shark teeth in certain points. It's because that's where every time it rotates, you're gonna have the most power at certain points. That's why at certain points it's destroyed. They're getting thinner and more sharp. So this crank is pretty much garbage, unless you just use the top ring or the bottom ring. So the center one is junk. Here's like a small chain ring of you can see how pointing the teeth are getting. So that's no good. It's gonna ruin even if you put a new chain, it's gonna ruin the new chain. This one you can really see he was mostly riding on this highest chain ring, and it's getting really sharp. The other ones, they don't look as bad, but another thing is your freewheel or your cassette is got this one is okay, but this one I could see already the damage on some of these lower teeth where he's using mostly those gears. It's eating away at the teeth, so they have damage if you look with a magnifying glass. So that's not good to keep using like that. And they did that because their chain was worn out. Thirdly, you're gonna ruin your pulleys. If you damage your pulleys, then the chain it's not gonna be able to grip those pulleys. It's just gonna slide over. You can see this one, they're like shark teeth. So he's destroyed this pulley. This derailleur came from this chain I'm showing you, the worn out one. So he destroyed this whole derailleur, the pulleys anyways. On this one's here, you can see it's starting to round off, but it's not totally gone yet. That one's a little better. You know, it should be it should look something like that one, you know, with nice kind of teeth on it, same as these, right? these chains over here in the back, I didn't measure it, but they look in much better condition. They're not like worn out and stuff like this one over here. It's because these people who had these chains, they didn't lubricate them. So basically, without lubrication, these chains are lasting longer than what this guy did. He put like really rode it a lot, and he kept lubricating it, and the sand got all into these links, and it just stretched everything. So if you're not going to clean your chain, then just like almost don't lubricate it, and it's gonna last longer. Obviously, it's better to lubricate it, but so over here I also have a little tool you can make. It's from like a bicycle spoke, and just bend it with some needle, some like some kind of pliers, like channel locks or linemen. Find it with channel locks, it's pretty easy. And then you can hold your new chain together while you're measuring it, because the derailleur will could snap it like hit your eye with the chain as you're trying to measure it. So this tool is very useful. You can make one like that. Chain that I'm using for my mountain bike. This is for like most mountain bikes. It's 1/2 inch by 332, and this is, it says Supercycle, but it actually, if you look at the links, it's made by KMC. That's one of the better ones. And when you're using the Quick Connect, make sure you use the ones that come with the chain, because what I found is that if you just buy the links, even though it's by Supercycle, I had to return like several packages of them because they would not lock onto the chain. So there was a manufacturer's defect. So I would use these ones. These ones came with the box, and they fit very tight. They have to fit very tight, or your chain's gonna fall apart. Don't get these little ones. Try to get something a little better. This is only like $5 more or something, or $10 more, and because these are junk, right? So this is much better. You have an adjustable some kind of screw here to adjust everything, and it's much better. See the larger handle. These things, you're gonna kill yourself trying to use these. They don't really work very good. Also, what I like to use is motor oil to lubricate the chain. But the thing about that is you have to clean it before each ride. If you don't want to do that, then buy like one of those Teflon specifically designed for bicycle chains. Then it's gonna dry, and it won't pick up as much dirt as like motor oil. Very important is if your chain is like this one, where it's stretched so far past like the maximum point. There's like actually a special tool to check if it's too far gone. It's actually more dangerous to put a new chain, because your new chain is not gonna mate properly to your cranks, which are if they're worn out, if your chain has stretched that much, and your freewheel or your cassette. So basically, the chain's gonna keep slipping every time you put some pressure on it, because it's not gonna mate to those teeth anymore because it's so stretched. So what's going to happen is every time it slips on you, you're going to hit your knee into the handlebar, or your leg, like where your calf muscle is, it's going to fall right onto this thing. And that happened to me once when I put a new chain and my freewheel was so worn out. So the bike shop actually told me, they're like, this is not going to work, but I told them I don't care. But basically the bike was not rideable. So your leg will slip, hit this, and also you could end up hitting your face on the handlebar, but mostly your knee. It's very painful when you hit the handlebar when the chain slips, and eventually you're gonna just fall on your face. So it's actually better just to keep using the old one if it's that worn out. You just keep using it, unless the only other way is put a new chain, new crank, and a new cassette, or a freewheel. and probably depending on your pulleys how bad they are, you might have to change those too. So, all right, guys, have a nice day.